Hi, welcome back to the Follet video novel. This little snippet is safe as houses, but I promise that the next one, which I'll air next Sunday, will be much racier, more blue, more scandalous, and totally inappropriate for anyone who's not an adult. Promise, cross my heart. Okay, so if you're ready to begin, we'll read the first section of chapter 8. Here we go. They drove south and soon saw signs for Bull Shoals Lake to the west and Norfolk Lake to the east. It was a beautiful day. The sun lit up the sky. Mary and Follet shared the details that made the drive special with each other. "Which way should we go, Follet?" Mary asked, grinning and moving in the bucket seat so that she could tuck her legs underneath her, turning toward Follet. "Well, since we're in Arkansas, we should go Arc-en-Ciel toward the rainbows." Follet pointed to the right out Mary's window to where two distinct rainbows, one close and vibrantly hued and another much farther away, so faint that it was almost lost in the light blue sky. "Beautiful," Mary whispered. "But we're not in any hurry. Let's just follow the roads for a while. East, maybe a little south." Follet drove through the little town of Calico Rock, over a two-lane steel truss bridge that crossed the White River, and into the eastern part of the Buffalo National River area. The road snaked through woods, flanked by ridges and a little valley that caressed a rushing stream. Half an hour later, they came to a crossroads with a sign pointing west to Blanchard Springs Caverns, and another straight ahead to Mountain View, the folk music capital of the world. "I don't know much about folk music," Follet said, "but I know what music folks like. Hey, nonny ding dong, a-lang, Mary grinned and sang boom bado, bado bado a day in a throaty alto, and they sang together in unaffected and delighted harmony. "Oh, life could be a dream, shaboom, if I could take you up to paradise up above. Shaboom. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life would be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again, shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Oh, life could be a dream, shaboom, if only all my precious dreams would come true. Shaboom, if you would let me spend my whole life loving you. Life would be a dream, sweetheart. Now every time I look at you, something's on my mind. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so fine." Until their singing dissolved into giggles. Mary pointed out the window. Follet saw two birds winging across the sky. "Two geese," he said. "No, Follet, a goose and her gander. They mate for life, a symbol of fidelity." "Is that a portent, Mary?" "No, Follet, it's a pair of geese. I mean like a flock." "It's a mighty small flock, Mary." "Actually, Follet, they are a flock on the ground, and in the air they are a skein." Follet reached for Mary and stroked her hair. She reached to hold his hand against her head. "Okay, when they land, they could be a gaggle," Follet offered. "Only if those two open their relationship to include three more," Mary explained. "Kinky," said Follet. "What's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander." Mary punched him hard on the shoulder. "Which way now, Follet?" "We could turn left at Wolf Bayou and head toward Pleasant Plains until we see Bald Knob, where the Ozarks meet the Delta." "That's just a joke waiting to happen," she told him. They turned left and then drove for a while, passing through Pleasant Plains without stopping. As they got closer to the next town, Bald Knob, Follet turned to Mary. "I feel it calling, Mary. We need to stop. I've got some work to do." "I know," she said. They drove along for a while until they came to the middle of the little town. "Drop me off at the park up ahead," she told him. She rummaged through her big bag and found a book. "You get your job done and I'll relax and read for a while, and then we can get a bite to eat." Follet smiled at her. "It's a deal." Follet pulled the big caddy to a stop next to a big elm tree with a bench underneath, just a few feet from a little pond filled with ducks and geese. "See you soon," Follet told her and kissed her cheek. "Follet, Follet, teach me love. I can't learn it fast enough," she sang and smiled at him. And he felt a rush of warmth explode from his head and flow through him. Follet turned to watch her walk to the bench, sit and open the book. She felt him watching her and blew him a smiling kiss. Follet smiled back at Mary, put the car into gear, and drove off to follow the calling. Follet drove north, through the underpass for the highway, until he came to He laughed out loud when he saw it. Lover's Lane! The call pulled him to the left. He drove a mile or so, and the houses began to thin out. He pulled to the side of the street and parked under a gigantic white oak whose canopy hung above the street like a cathedral ceiling. It was easily 100 feet tall and its trunk 4 or 5 feet in diameter. Follet felt its age. It had been growing since before Europeans came to this place. The call was getting stronger. Follet locked the car and walked west. He saw the little gray house and knew the dreamer was there.